So that wasn't me that cut you off. My friends, that might just be Fedbook and their lovely little blocking spree that they normally go on. But as you know, if we got cut off in that last video of advanced sacred strawman knowledge, we're in the courts, we're on the ship, we're in battle right now. We are the captain of our vessel, of the individual soul, fighting against another captain of their own vessel with no name, sitting on top of you, trying to get you to trespass onto their ship, which is called the bar. And no, I just stated clearly for the record who I am and who I am not. The agent, I'm not the trustee, nor am I the named defendant or surety against which you seek to settle your matter, Mr. Prosecutor, Mr. Attorney, Mr. Liar of the court, Mr. Liar, Mr. Lawyer, Mr. Whoever you are trying to take over the beneficiary account and get money off of my name and my soul by putting your hand down my throat and raping me, by getting into my estate, which is my birth certificate, warehouse receipt, linked to the Treasury United States Department, which has all the money linked to you, which is the American dream, which we've been captured. You see behind those magistrates, those flags with gold trim around it, the Jolly Roger. As we originally stated, you should already know this knowledge coming into this part 2. But again, do you, Mr. Prosecutor, have a claim against me, the grantor and the beneficiary of this estate? Yes or no? Now remember, these guys are going to be threatening you with imprisonment, free. You are a free soul, so you don't hear them. You are the straw man. You have a right of inalienable, natural rights. Your heart tells you, you'll feel it when you go into these places. When you're spoken down to, they have nothing good to help you with. They are not there for you, as you know. Mr. Prosecutor says, we have charges brought by the state against the all caps name, your name, this all capitalized name, this name defendant, which I presume is you, for the violation statute 1117 blah 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 77, some statute. Oh, so it was a statute, it's not even law. So now you know you're not practicing law when the Mr. Prosecutor says that there's a violation for a statute. So who's hurt? Nobody. No one's hurt. So how is that even something fair? Against whom, you would say? Against me? Whom? Not me. Again, for the record, for the 5th time on this record of the court. You're playing basketball. It's on the court. It's on the camera. It's on the record. You have no claim against me, the beneficiary named estate living upon the land in the Republic. You can give them the HR 92 breakdown. You can give them some Exodus quotes from the Bible and speak in parliaments, but I believe you want me to stand in for the defendant as the trustee and the debtor, which is a mistake. I don't know the snake tongue language you're speaking. I need to correct this for the record, as this is not my capacity, and if you claim so, you need to establish documentary evidence, as I have a documentary evidentiary. I have everything filed for every right being diminished. Every right that's being diminished. I have a right to expeditiary to go through the court very fast. I don't have to sit there. So I need documentary evidence. I need the evidence, documentary evidence. I need it on the record from you, Mr. Prosecutor. Again, I ask who you are, who here at all, for the matter, and record and put it in the record. I ask who here in this court who can hear my voice under God, all are watching, who has a claim against me, because there is no claim. So please come forward with your claim. Who can present a contract to which I am being held liable as the man upon the land in my venue, which is the law of the Republic? And ask, they'll be quiet. Say, anybody? Mr. Prosecutor, you want me to believe there is a claim against me, yet you have not shown anything to support your position. So again and again and again, at this point, they might be running out of the court. They might want to be satanic. Sometimes you have people of God who know free, natural, sovereign men. Then you have other people who are in the system and they're pedophiles, and they will kidnap your children legally with this knowledge. So I put this out for free, where lawyers and attorneys charge millions of dollars to their clients to teach people this. So okay, if you can understand that at this point you have the right to say, okay, let the record reflect that the Mr. Prosecutor has not presented to the court, nor to me, any evidence which supports a verified claim against me. Judge, I move this court to dismiss the case as the prosecutor has failed to establish any claim upon which relief can be granted. So no matter what statute, it doesn't matter if you broken a law or you were driving, you're a traveler, you're welcome to travel Earth. It doesn't matter if you got into a fight with someone and went to war. That's what war is. That's how they generate war, and that's how they make it justifiable. Right? So understand, these people are not state licensed individuals. They were individuals under the Queen, oathed under the Queen, not oathed under God. They're oathed under common laws or state laws or family laws or statutes or rules and regulations in Roman civil courts. Unidroit, talk about martial law and everyone waiting for it. It's been here since the beginning. It's been here since you guys stopped using trees as houses and trees as food. You break them down, you cut them up and turn them into skeletons, live in their dead parts, and then you turn the rest into a piece of paper you indebt yourselves to with your social security and your card. Look at the D on your social security, the D for debt. You're a debt. You are the debt, the human being, and then it's linked to those Federal Reserve notes. And the D is on the Federal Reserve note as well. So get out the dollar bill and look. And then get out your birth certificate and look. Okay? Pause this video. I'm live. It's there for you to take and rewatch. Do you understand? So if you feel like you're afraid of the court, if you don't have this magistrate walking out of the court dismissing your case, whatever it may be, you would go and put the prosecutor on blast. I don't represent anybody but my soul and myself. The most powerful armor is the armor of nothing. You need no armor. That's your most powerful armor. Having the intellect, having the mindset, knowing when to speak, knowing when not to speak, knowing when to be quiet, knowing how to represent yourself, knowing who you are. Self-mastery. Mr. Prosecutor, are you a witness prepared to testify under oath with first-hand knowledge and information related to the alleged charges in this matter? Meaning, is this Mr. Prosecutor going to tell you how to raise your kids? Are going to tell you if you're the one who got pulled over by the cops? Or going to tell you if you were the one who poisoned the state water? Or going to tell you if you're the one who's the killer? Or if he's going to tell you if you're the one who is legal or isn't legal? They're taking good men off the streets. These prosecutors, people making money off of splitting families and splitting marriages, holy matrimony, getting married. You're marrying the state. You don't need to go marry the state and get a piece of paper with the state. You go marry who you marry because you want to connect with that person and that out of loyalty and honor. You don't bring a third party in threesome. You got yourself brainwashed, my friends. You say? You say this. You say, Mr. Prosecutor will tell you, Mr. Prosecutor will tell you. I'll say, how am I going to sit here and tell you that you're guilty? This is what this attorney is going to say. Mr. Attorney, Mr. Prosecutor, Mr. Lawyer, presenting you, trying to charge you, and you don't even know the man. This dude's trying to talk about how to raise your kids. You don't even know the man. Who the fuck are you? Do you understand me, you guys? These dudes are poisoning your water, and these are the dudes allowing people to get away with it. So they're going to say, hey, I'm representing the state. What state? State means the estate. That means the human body. So they're going to try to say, he's representing you. So you say this. So you say, I see. So you are a state licensed attorney at law. State licensed. With a state license. So like the state of America, the land, representing the plaintiff, correct? Yes, this is correct. Then I need you to enter into the record of this proceeding your license to practice law issued by the state. They don't have that. They have a private bar card of the British Accreditation Registry, which is a whole goddamn different country. But not, give me an actual license by the state to establish you have the proper standing as an agent for the plaintiff to even speak to me. As in, the agent of me, the actual person, on paper, all capital letters. But no, me, I'm talking the Strawman, baby, upon this matter. Now please do it now and talk to the court and put it on record. Can you produce the state license for the court? Yes or no? Please do that now. Not the bar card, Mr. Oh man, you got to hold your anger now. And you got to make them do it. You have the upper hand already. And they're going to keep battering you when you know you already have the upper hand. So be calm. And say, not a bar card, sir. Not a bar card. And don't say, sir, it's just out of, respect. But be respectful. Sir means slave, but be respectful. Not bar card, but a state licensed attorney. Now, He's not going to do that. She's not going to do that. They don't know what you're talking about. You're smarter than them. You know the system. You know they use snake tongue. You know they use fork tongue. You know they're oath under the Queen, under Britain. They're not oath under God. They are not oath under inalienable sovereign rights of earth. Their citizenship, their status, you should ask them. Ask them all of their status. Challenge their jurisdiction the entire time you're in these people's place. But let the record reflect, Mr. and Mrs. Prosecutor cannot produce any evidence to the court which he who says he is and is an imposter. They are an imposter, eagerly passing him off as someone he is not. He cannot sit there and represent the beneficiary of the estate because you are the beneficiary of the estate. Do you understand? Subjugate everything on the fictitious name and all capitalized letters. Do you understand? You make that Supreme Court pay for all your debts. Do you understand, my friends? That is the truth. This is the truth, my friends. Now, if you still are stuck, you want to say that you do not want to be in any sort of contracts. There's no justifying of damage, that there's no filing paper infractions. None. It's all bullshit. So you guys want to stay on point with that. You want to say, Judge, I move this court for dismissal on the grounds of the Mr. Prosecutor cannot produce and has not established proper standing as an attorney at law licensed to represent his client in this court, and the plaintiff is without proper representation and has no jurisdiction in this court. So you at this point, you guys have these judges, these fake judges and magistrates, magic men, imposters literally running out, dismissing cases. So it's something that you should really connect to. It's something you should really connect to as a sovereign free human. We can continue this training. I see some people always want to listen to more of it, and there's always a lot of questions on how to talk or how to reflect and how to ask these type of questions. And it's really easy to see because you have to understand. You have to say, I understand we are not operating in equity and must be operating at law. So in this case, please present me and the court with the underlying contract which you want to hold the defendant, which is not me, accountable to, because they're talking about the legalese, just a piece of paper again, and the fake offset of public money, which you can have control of, meaning you can pay any debt you want with the money however you want. That's what Trump means. To think that it's full of money, you think that it's worth money, but it's not of any worth at all. Trump. Do your research, my friends. You could do this, correct? Please present the contract now. I'll wait. There's no goddamn contracts. You know that. There's no new contracts. You established your right to begin with no contracts. You're in there nullifying a current contract. There's no justifying of damage. There's no new damage. You said that you weren't going to go and you weren't boarding their ship. You didn't trespass their ship. You said that you wanted to hold your rights. Filing an infraction papers is all bullshit. You should already have an affidavit filed if you are in this part 2. You should already have your affidavit filed in this part 2. My boy Austin knows exactly what I'm talking about. And he's going to have to get this video very soon. Because he filed that, and I know this is his next step. Should you not understand, your Strawman is already unlocked, my friends. It always has been. They've brainwashed you from the start with heliocentric models of life, and then religion, which is Ra's religion, which is Satan's army. Science and religion are two sides of the same coin of dark arts, while the white magic is hidden under the Vatican. Do you understand? English language is a symbology of witchcraft. The alphabet, the A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, P, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, W, X, Y, and Z. That's the alchemy line of symbology of witchcraft. The words coming out of my mouth are nothing but hexes and curses. Can you hang? Can you hang? Judge, I move this court for dismissal because you're hexing me. I don't understand your languages. I remove all this for dismissal. For I want want of prosecution. Go research want of prosecution. Research your laws. Research your want of prosecution. Understand what I'm telling you guys. If you don't like to read my posts, if you don't like to research, if you don't like to even read my notes, I have notes around here that's pure knowledge that will unlock your soul and make you millions or billions, or make you joy, or make you happiness, or make you whatever it is that you want to be, for that matter, yin and yang. But we're going through a great awakening, and I'm the light. So should you want to be something of darkness, you will not overpower the people who are waking up with this knowledge along my side. Best be afraid. Keep coming after me. Keep imprisoning these good men. People will start waking up to this shit. This system is corrupt, and we're under martial law. If you don't have the courts running from you by now, with all this knowledge I just broke down in this video, I'll give you another one. When a prosecutor is messing with you, right? You say, Mr. Prosecutor, you mentioned earlier you are representing the plaintiff in this case, correct? Yeah, right? Then I need to see the contract between you and the state, which gives you the power of attorney to represent the plaintiff before this court. Do you have that? So show the piece of paper where he's the beneficiary of your estate, the straw man, the billions of dollars. Where's that contract at? Show me that. Show me the tax forms where I hired you to take control over my body and my estate, sir. Do you have that? Do you have that? You do understand, you know? Mr. Prosecutor will say something like, I work for the county district attorney's office, or some stupid shit. Duh. Right. Unintelligent. It's insane. Or they're playing you. Either or. Some are smart, some are dumb. Some are by the book. Some learn the Masonic teachings of witchcraft. Some really want to help people. It is well known we represent the state on these matters. It is standard procedure. So now they're back to saying the state, which is the estate. But which state? What does state mean? Go look it up. State means many different things inside the courts. So you would manipulate them into saying very good, but you want to make a claim against the defendant, and I do not know who you are. I do not know who your status is. I do not know who you work for. I do not operate on assumptions nor presumptions that you have established in video number 1 that I gave to you guys. You don't operate on assumptions nor presumptions. You operate on knowledge, on truth, on pure truth, not belief. When you know something, you don't need to believe it. There ain't no belief in knowing. There is no religion in inalienable rights. Only documents, only documented facts. Okay, that's all you work off of. So please produce your representation contract power of attorney with the client. You know, you are the representation of your soul. Okay? You could talk about all the sovereign rights you have and inalienable rights you have, but wake these fools up. Why are you scared to represent? You're fearful. This is why these courthouses make you feel guilty. Or when you start learning this knowledge, you feel like you've been a coward your whole life. Get that out of your soul. Negative thoughts are not your thoughts. Change your thought. Pick a new thought. Pick a new thought. Please produce your representation contract power of attorney. They don't have it. For the record, to establish your authority and legal relationship with me. Well, you don't say with me, you say with the plaintiff. So the court can see you have proper standing. And you know they don't have proper standing. They're under the Queen. They're under another country. Jolly Roger, my friends. We're on a pirate ship. We're not in a courthouse. We're playing basketball on a court. We're not under the judge. Only you can judge yourself. Hence, only God can judge, right? Well, who's God? Only you know God, right? Only you know God, and we all know God because we're all connected to it. So only you know your own guilt. Only you know your own power. And even if you have been guilty, forgive yourself. Learn from your mistakes and become a person of good deed and abundance and grow trees and bring food and help humanity by bringing abundance to earth. Okay? Because if you're stuck in this matter at this point, you have a whole nother situation where you can let the record reflect. Mr. and Mrs. Prosecutor who is messing with you has not established his authority to act on this matter and thus has no standing to be before the court. Judge, I move this court for dismissal for the prosecutor's failure to establish proper standing in this court as the agent for the plaintiff. Let me give you a bombshell, okay? Mr. Prosecutor, you are conducting your activities and seeking to settle charges amongst the people in the public. Then you surely can produce the payment and the performance bonds which provide indemnity for yourself or your principal in the event of any missteps which may occur, which may cause damage to the public. Because at this point, I'm going to sue the whole damn court place. I'm going to sue everyone in the way. Anyone in the way of your children, in your life, and any your individual inalienable rights. Please produce for the court the bond or the bonds for this particular action, which is in the billions if you know your straw man, which I give you authority to impose yourself upon the public, because I am the straw man representing in this matter the plaintiff, not you. Surely I don't know who you are. Surely you can do this. Am I correct? For the record, you know how many things you have on this record? You're going to have Fox 5 News in there, or you're going to have a revolution starting by now. Do you understand? You'll never be able to stay into a house this long with this much knowledge. They're not bonded. They're not witnesses. You take full control. You have no bonds to produce for the courts. You are not bonded. Then you have no standing. You have no authority. The prosecutors, why are you here? Why are you here? You have nothing, no claim, no standing, no agency, no contract, no witnesses, no bond, no authority. You are fired. Get the hell out of here. You're making a mockery out of everyone. You're making a mockery out of everyone. You must leave. Go now. And you kick these guys out of court. You leave and you make them leave. And at this point, they'll make you leave, but you can leave. Okay? Judge, for the record, there's no case here. The prosecutor is wasting everyone's time. The record reflects this case is null and void ab initio. Do you understand that? It was over before it started. When you invoked your rights as a sovereign free man, they just needed to check that you could understand how to represent yourself and put them in a spot where they get sued billions or they let you go because you live from the earth. You don't need their money. Should you need it, you take it. It's yours. It's public money. I'm glad to be of the assistance in this matter. I'm out of here. Just like that. The practice of law cannot be licensed by any state. You could tell them about Schward versus the Board of Examiners, 353 U.S. 238 and 239. Did you get that? Did you guys get that? Schwar versus the Board of Examiners, 353 U.S. 238 and 239. Boom. If the judge wants to steamroll you because they're a satanic worshiper, you would have to say, "Excuse me, judge, but I will not be denied due process. And if you attempt to deny me this due process, I am entitled to, which you have required to ensured by your contract me through your oath under the Queen, then you will be acting ultra vires." Do you understand? And you will be in contempt of your duty. You will be in contempt of your oath and my God-given rights, which will put you right smack dab in the middle of accepting full personal liability for the damage you may cause in ultra vires acts which interfere with my rights as a human man and the land in my venue, which is out of their authority, okay? Ultra vires is out of their authority. Remember, I operate in my venue, not in your venue. And the alternative, if you wish to incorrectly presume me to be the person who is the named defendant without any evidence, nor properly claiming establishing such, you would be interfering in my ability to conduct commerce, because your body is their commerce, your land. You're allowed to conduct commerce freely. It would be illegal. It would be absolutely illegal to restrain a restraint of trade per 15 U.S.C. sections 1 and 2. Add the RICO laws in addition to federal criminal status relating to the deprivation of rights under the color of law, among others. So I'm sorry I cut out there for a second, but you would be telling the court that is an illegal restraint of trade per 15 U.S.C. sections 1 and 2. And then also RICO laws, R-I-C-O, okay? RICO laws. Very important you understand this. In addition to federal criminal status relating to the deprivation of rights under the color of law. Look it up, my friends. If you're in this second video of the straw man, you should be down this rabbit hole deep enough to know what color of law is. These would be just a few tracks, and neither one of us wants to see that, do we? Do we want to see that, fake magister judge? You witchcraft, forked tongue magistrate under the Lord, which is not the true Lord, which is the Queen, under Satan, which is Satan, practicing satanic practices for the money, which is the estate of humans, which is the money and the value estate created in your name, and all capitalized letters. Wake up, my friends. We should settle this matter properly and amicably. according to the law, don't you think? Now, I certainly would not want you, Mr. Prosecutor, to be acting in concert on the record to steamroll me on this matter, in the contradiction of all law and duty and well-established jurisdiction. They're trying to say that you're on the land and you're a ship and you're a sailor and you have liberty. No. You're a free man on the land and you have freedom and natural inalienable rights. They're trying to take a law of the sea and bring it on the land. Go Google it right now that some of these courthouses look like ships. And remember, Google means 666. I think Google's probably a hex. Think about it. Google it. People don't want to listen. Now do your duty and demand the prosecutor to properly establish himself, because I don't know this fucking guy. You don't know this guy keeping you from your kids. You don't know this guy trying to talk about who you killed or who you didn't kill. You don't know this guy. Remember in the olden days when the cowboys went and killed one of another right in front of the sheriff's office? Well, that's the good old days, right? Because, life is on cycles, and those lives come back as better people or you go back as worse people. And the more killing and the more hurting of life under God's law has proven that you are satanic, has proven to bring the earth down. Thou shalt not harm life. Don't hurt trees. Don't poison water. Don't poison the sky. Don't hurt the people. Those are your only lawful options. How do you wish to proceed, Mr. Judge, Mr. Prosecutor? Do you understand? The practice of law is an occupation of common rights. Sims versus Ahrams 71 SW 720. This is in 1925. The practice of law is an occupation of common right. Look it up. Put them on a notice of appeal. Understand what that means, my friends. They need to be put on a notice of appeal. Now, this second video is enough knowledge for people to sit and study and look up and Google things that take people to get their bar cards in courts. These people, this knowledge here in this video is enough to make you your own lawyer, your own judge, your own. This is enough. Go have a meeting with a judge. You'll teach them a thing or two. You can go study courts of equity or courts of law, courts of courts, and legislative statutes and treaties and constitutional law and federal law and statute law and common law and case law, commercial law and agencies and regulations and executive orders, and you can go read all the black law dictionaries if you want to be a boss like me. But some people just don't have that intuition. That's just how I move. I can meditate, can read books, I can teach all at the same time. You want to learn this? I'm giving it out for free right here in this video. People are fake. They don't give out this knowledge. Under Code Section 1 USC 204, the titles of the U.S. Code which are not enacted positive law prima facie is a fancy way to say they are simply presumed to be the law until challenged or proven otherwise or be manipulated. Title 26, 42, and 50, not positive law. Look it up. IRS 26, Public Health 42, Child Support 50. Look it up. Your status, natural rights. What is your status? Are you going to keep saying you're black or white or Mexican? No, you're not. You're a soul. You're an entity. We are all one. Stop separating people. That shit pisses me off. Y'all want to separate one another? For what? Money? Wow. When you can get up and unlock your mind and understand that abundance is everywhere, you enslave yourself by destroying trees and cutting them up and then thinking authority is truth and putting value behind that and then letting them take all your gold. Color of law, dude? The appearance of semblance without the substance of legal right? The color of law is the misuse of power possessed by the virtue state of law. This color of law, how they practice is and made possible only because wrong deer is closed with authority of state versus action taken under color of law. Look, Google Atkins versus Lanning, DC versus Oklahoma. ATKINS versus LANNING, DC versus Oklahoma. Rewind it and listen to that shit. I do not object. I do not consent, and then you object. I do not consent. Object. Do not consent. I'm a free man separate from the illegitimate government. Illegitimate.
let's say you go in there and mess everything up, but you're not a guilty person. You're just scared because you understand that you're working with snakes and you're working with people that are witch, and some people think that they don't know this, but they're guilty people. So, okay, Judge, there seems to be miscommunication here. I have not been presented with anything which names me the defendant to any legitimate claim, because in video 1 we told you I'm the straw man. Video 2, I'm still a straw man. In my capacity as beneficiary as the name estate. I am the straw man in my capacity as beneficiary of the named estate in my venue. I have not seen the bond supporting the action. I have not seen anything which gives the prosecutor proper standing. Remember all the questions and all the stuff we have on record in this court to address me on this matter. I don't know this guy. I still don't know what he's saying. I still don't know what you're saying. I'm ignoring everything. I'm not ignoring it, but I don't speak in snake tongue. When you say state, I think state of the land. I didn't think my body and the estate you're stealing from me with my warehouse receipt, which is my birth certificate. Therefore, I'm at the serious disadvantage right now due to the lack of closure and discovery or transparency in the matter. Since you, the prosecutor, and you two seem to be in the same page, in the same bed, and I'm in the dark as how this court is operating outside of the law and equity, I hereby appoint you the trustee over the estate and the defendant to protect my interest and to administer this fact in your fiduciary capacity on my behalf. So please produce my trustee. Thank you. Remember, you just put them in a position where they have to pay for all the court charges, all your debts. They have to pay for they have to offset all your damages, all your time spent in the courthouse. Your hair follicles. Hence, don't shave your head. Stop shaving your head. Stop being an asshole to people who grow their hair out because they're grounding. They're grounding with earth, and it's worth billions if you're a straw man. Your hair follicles, your blood particles, your time. The consent of the governed is how they take your power. Paternity was established on fraud and duress, you guys. The warehouse receipt, it's all a lie. They talk to you like you're a criminal when you don't want to be part of that system and you just want to be someone of earth. Hence, when you see the government teaching the kids in school, Indians, no, they're Native Americans, okay? Or persons, no, they're individuals. Or parents, no, they're sons and daughters, so they're mothers and fathers. They're children, they're sons and daughters. Parents means pay rentals. Children means to render the chi energy. Wake up, my friends. You're a free person. The bar card is not a state license. It's a master to the queen. It's a British accreditation registry. These people are frauds. People are working against each other across earth all under the queen. Everyone's set up to go to war against each other because of the different colors they are, or their different status, or their different level of power in business. You know? I mean, what do you need here? I've been I've been on the top of all of these things. And that's not life. We've come here to experience this life. We are all one life and experiencing it in infinite ways. And I believe everyone has a right to joy and happiness, and we are not taught that from birth. Everyone has a right to be their own individual person, even if they want to kill people. But there's a place where you guys could go and should go sign up to kill each other. Not be manipulated to go to war. The definition of people, is different than citizen, and different is people and citizen. These are slave names. Your all capitalized name is a slave name. This is a fictitious person. This is a false character. Just because my name means something of the church does not mean that's who I am. I'm the straw man. Nothing is created from outside my spirit. That's false character. It's all created from within. Inalienable rights. States mean a corporation, not land. You understand? Do you understand that? Legally dead and lost at sea. Zombies legally dead and owned. Do you understand? Inner courts of London, private corporation. Foreign agents you are operating with, my friends. An unconstitutional act is not law. It confers no rights It imposes no duties, affords no protection, creates no offense. It is legal contemplation as an operative as though it had ever been passed. Look up Norton versus Shelby County. Norton, and then it's versus Shelby County. Shelby. Understand the difference between positive law, natural law, absolute nullity, civil law. An act that is void because it is against public policy, law, or order. The nullity, and non-curable. Nullity is non-curable. Right? It may be invoked by any party, by any court. Law, civil, code, arts. Don't understand? Understand. Rewind it all up and keep listening to it. Do not consent to nothing. I offer no contracts and do not consent to any proceedings. Under prejudice, I moved. Under prejudice, I sign anything. VC in front of your signature. VC. Vis compulsiva. So under compulsiveness, they compulse you to do something under your will. Hey, county attorney, produce the 1040 on this case. Tell the prosecutor you'll get him the 1040 ASAP for the billions in your estate, baby. Trying to represent you as a fraud ambassador, trying to turn you over to the court. The judge tries to turn you over to the court. Ooh. You tell them, hey, produce the 1040 on this case. Tell the prosecutor you'll get it for him. They don't have no right to represent you, my friends. Wake up. The revolution's here. They're destroying you with the pin. Martial law is here. They're destroying you with the pin. The gas chambers are here. Chemtrails in the sky. Okay? They're stealing all the gold. You can't open your pint alive. Okay? That should be reverse aging, telekinetic powers. Technology is nothing new. We all have PhDs in technology. Don't even fuck with me. NASA's a liar. NASA means to deceive. Read your etymology. Technology is nothing new. Nothing's more powerful than the brain. Don't let them tell you quantum computing is more powerful because they want to put computer chips into your brain. You wouldn't be on this video learning this knowledge if your brain was more powerful than computer, huh? Your brain's more powerful. It's so much more powerful that you need to learn that signing in purple ink means royalty. It's a kill citation. You could kill citations by signing it in purple. In royalty, you could say, I do not accept this or offer to this contract and do not consent to these proceedings, and kill the contract. You can get certificate of notaries. Do you understand that, my friends? A certificate of notary is more powerful than a court clerk. That means these judges are frauds. A certificate, a notary, someone who goes and gets a notary bond, your buddy can notarize your paperwork or your affidavits, and it goes over the court of law, over the Supreme Court, all the way to the president, CEO himself, and over his head too. Please understand these things. Please. I pray you all wake up to this. Save your families. Save Earth. Grow great trees. Get your men and women out of prison. Destroy imprisonment. Bring back abundance and free energy. We are under the grid. They're using these snake tongue laws and codes to enslave humanity and keep the abundant knowledge for themselves while they do satanic acts and pedophilic acts and teach alchemy acts instead of us being able to have natural alchemy and natural healing by being free souls. They teach you acts of being able to rip babies out of women while they're in their stomachs. This abortion thing. As a young man, I was brainwashed to believe it was okay. Now that I'm a truther, I understand that these people doing abortions are taking live babies out. Alive. They're fully alive. I would take care of them. It's insane how people are so asleep. People are eating birds over here like other people eat dogs over there. Like people eat cows over here like people have pet cows over there. People are eating loving camels over here while they're sacrificing camels over there. Ra's Legion has your guys' minds fucked. These Federal Reserve notes and the creation of currency, whether it's digital or on a piece of paper, is destroying life. Barter, trade, good deed, loving thy neighbor, treating people like they're your own mirror image, bringing your power to the table, and then accepting other people for their power is the key. And in these 2 videos, I gave you all the knowledge you would ever need to unlock your soul from the matrix. Unlock it, my friends. Form 56 tax capes, tax exempt. You're a vessel. They treat you as a vessel, my friends. Remember this. 1871, look up vessel in Black Law Dictionary. You can redeem in gold your bonds, my friends. 1953, money did never exist anymore. No jurisdiction. Article Section 10, Constitution. Federal Reserve has no value. What's your status? Before going into a courthouse after listening to these videos, Are you an American nationalist, being a higher consciousness, God? Are you in Indonesian, natural man of earth? What are you? Being, natural being, light? Light of being, higher consciousness? Being of light? Judicial notice, take it. Tell them. The Constitutions are rights already given to you, man. You don't need a fucking piece of paper of a constitutional rights on a dead piece of tree, which is your soul, which is your home. You got natural rights. Who the fuck are you cutting down my tree, putting something on it saying that I have rights? Fuck you. Admiralty. Admiral. Marshal. Admiralty law. Martial law. The operations of vessels on the oceans, and they're imposing it over your body as a human. Your birth date. Barnes Dictionary, birth certificate, defined as owned. Barnes Dictionary, your birth date, birth certificate, defined as owned. Are you hearing me? Capitis Diminito Maxima. That's the capitalized name. Capitis Diminito Maxima. Latin language is of the dead, brothers. It's not a dead language. Lowered status is what you are. Take notice your corporate man is in all capitalized letters. Are you a king? Are you a god? Are you a hire to your family? Hires to your families. You're all bitches not making videos like this. All these people who have all this power over this estate, and they become lawmen to take money off of you guys to take power over your estate. When you start learning this knowledge, you can go take anyone else's estate who doesn't have the knowledge of taking their own power over their own state because they're not competent. So then, hence, identity theft. Try to take my identity, I'll find you. Do you understand that? Hence, you don't want the identity to begin with. The identity's only there for the American dream. For you to have money because you were born on a land. Because there's money that's always been there from your families, from your ancestors. The abundance has always been there. You've been captured. Maritime admiral banking terms in all churches, in all religions, denominations, that's what they're called. Denominations, the monies, the churches. Oh, it's all the same thing, 5, 10s, 20s. Come on, in 1868, I was a sovereign man and became the right to be myself. I've been cycling back through this realm, too afraid to tell you this. And now I'm here in this cycle, and I know that this is my calling. I know what God means, and I wouldn't use the word God. Dog or God mean gold, oil, Think about these things, you guys. 1868, you are sovereign. You have a right to be yourself. Put an S in front of words. They become a sword, dude. Roman maximum. Put a word, W-O-R-D, put an S in front of it. It becomes a sword. Law of the land, law of the culture, which lives on the land, can do things in one culture than the other culture. Different in each country. And then inalienable rights is the same in each country. Hence, you go to one country, they're going to throw rocks at you till you die. You go in this country, they're going to manipulate you and lie to you and use forked tongue against you, witchcraft against you, rape your family, rape your kids, and then put you in prison, and then make you pay support. Think about it. You guys better wake up. This is why there's going to be a new awakening. This is why there's going to be a war. But it's not going to be the type of war that you're thinking about. You're already getting Gwen Towers to your dome. You're already getting poison in your DNA. Everybody has guns. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You want to know why? Because I have the knowledge to give to you and you're not listening. You have Gwen towers to your dome. You're going to talk about guns and bombs and nuclear damage. Silent war has been occurring. You've been lied to about heliocentric model of life. Your kids go to indoctrination centers. We're looked at crazy because we're free men, because we grow our hair out, because we're homeless. We're not homeless. We're renters and we own all of Earth. Do you understand that? We rent 4 houses. We have 4 different homes for our children to go to. Hence, you guys cut down all the damn trees, you morons. Look, 100 years ago, there was trees that were 200 fucking feet wide. Imagine thousands. That'd be miles wide. Imagine thousands. It'd be miles wide. Ships coming into harbor, they're always female. Maritime law. Think about it. The ship coming into harbor. You're the vessel inside the mother in the water. She's the ship, right? Ship ties off. Captain has to provide for the court and authority. Who's tying off what? The umbilical cord? They're tying it off, right? How to represent the certificate of manifest? What? The birth certificate of you coming into taking your first breath? You give me your birth certificate, the name, and your time when you were born. I know everything about you. I could do an astrology reading about you that'll blow your mind. I don't care if you believe in stars or not. I can make a star. I can show you a government patent hidden by the Vatican proving that we can make stars. I can make a star in a jar. Trust me, we get those energies from them. Trust me, they control human behaviors. Trust me, human is created. There is a creator, and we are it, and it's in all of us. So we need to come together if you want to connect and meet God. It's only going to happen by understanding how to be meditating into these realms of astral projection where we're all connecting as one. If you're not connecting to the oneness, to the soul, to the divine, to the goodness, you're connecting to demons. You're connecting to that CERN shit, opening up HARP. You're doing negative alchemy, witchcraft again, which separates us. So there's a way that we should be meditating and loving and connecting, and it could be in praying to a tree and in praying for someone else to become an abundant person, which would directly reflect you in a butterfly effect. This earth is only as powerful as its weakest link. All the way down to trash floating in the ocean, all the way down to the man who's making houses out of trash floating in the ocean. Balance. But there could be abundance for all. There's no reason for any sort of harm to any life. There's no such thing as overpopulation. They're selling you vaccinations. They want you to think about they want you to think about it. They want to keep their families rich for hundreds of generations. Look it up. These secret societies thinking that people like me aren't going to help out other human beings. I'm a human being. I'm a man of God. I'm a man of mastery. I'm a self-master. My soul is not from this realm. Just be quiet and listen. My soul is not from this realm. I came here to help you. Oh, how do you know that, Strawman? Zylio amongst Zylio Strawman. How do you know that? Because I do. Because I don't need to believe it. Because otherwise I wouldn't be here. Otherwise I'd be making millions off of people. Otherwise I'd set up a site and rap about it for you guys so that you can give me donations. Otherwise I'd get more money than all these rappers. I get more money than all these people setting up donations. I get more money than all these people saying I'm uplifting humanity but give me a donation. No. I'm ready to get rid of all the things I have, the businesses I own, the crews I run, to go build trees, to go grow ancient trees and bring back a silicon environment, shut down these Illuminati elites, these blood-sacrificing, satanic, soulless, this AI and this artificial intelligence that people think are more powerful than this mind. You can't even sit in this video and listen for 5 minutes. You want to go get a computer chip in your head? Woo! You can't hang. You can't hang. Get off the aspartame. Stop drinking all the sugar. Judge is a referee between 2 teams. The judge rules from the bench. Or the bank. What's the bank? What's the bench mean? Etymology. It means the bench, my friends. Do you understand, my friends? Do you understand? Judge rules from the bench. What does bench mean? It means the bank. Banks are found on both sides of a river, are they not? They are called the river banks. Right? So that they'll treat you, if you're the man, if you're the law of the man, they say bank, well, you're talking about a river bank. Oh, no, they're talking about the money bank. Oh, what are you talking about? You talking about the split? No, you're talking about the riverhead? No, you're talking about splitting you from your currency. They're taking you from your estate. So you're splitting from the banks. They're taking you from the currency. So they only care about the direction of the flow, which is the current sea. So direction of the sea, as a man, I'm thinking you're talking on getting on a boat? Sounds like fun to me. If you're in the court listening to this type of wording, that's all bullshit. No, they're trying to take your currency, your money. Consequently, it's currency because it's the flow of their cash flow because she's on the bench. Judge don't care about you. Judge is not the judge. The judge is you. You're the judge. You're consenting. You're consenting. She sits in birthing her ship. All things coming off the water. All things. As you guys know. Your body's considered a maritime admiralty product. You listening with me? Body is considered a maritime admiralty product. You're the bank. So the court's trying to represent you as the bank. You're the bank. They manipulated your word, your spelling, the way you speak, the way you represent yourself. So again, if you're a guilty person, good luck getting through this. Again, if you're not an intelligent person, good luck getting through this. This is only a 20-minute video, and I just taught you the whole system. I taught it to you like a child. Statuses, acts, and regulations don't apply to a natural person. Every line I spit in this video is worth researching for hours. 1868 for the 5th time. You are a sovereign right to be yourself. Presidents are owned by a private corporation. You know this. Status, standing, agency. What is your status? Your lowered status. What is propria persona? Propria persona. If you're there in propria persona, what's that mean, my friends? I'm testing you. Let's go. It's a natural person. Not a part of a law society. Come on. You don't want to board the ship. That's a pirate ship trying to take your kids from you. They're all lies. Trying to indebt you, trying to enslave you, trying to catch you up, trying to slow you down, trying to control you. That's not real. That's enslavement, my friends. Capitis domino maxima. That's all names is an enslavement. Get rid of your ego. Get rid of your ego. Get rid of your name. Licenses, permits, regulations, they're all false. They're meant for ships. That's not civil. How are you saving children talking about regulations and permits, motherfuckers? How are you talking about saving humanity when someone just got shot? You can't bring someone back from the dead? Come on! You could pay their families billions. You know what they do? They put the people in prison, and you guys are all like, yeah, put them in prison forever. Not realizing you could have took their estate for $5 billion and killed them yourself. God. Where's my cowboys at? All these men who say they're so strong and powerful, bro. Well, there was the knowledge for you to kill someone in 10 seconds. Hence, do you need to go kill someone? You living in fear? Little bitches? Sagging your pants, walking around with guns? You don't need to kill people. You don't need to hurt people. You need to teach this knowledge of understanding, man. You're confused. If you're living in fear, you're confused. You're confused. Living in fear. Living under your not living under your strawman. Living under your capita domino maxima, all cap name, a slave. You really think that you're going to do anything against people that are corrupt on a mass scale with cyclotron lasers and earthquake technology? No. Your power of mind and awakening masses is what will do it. This video here, should it get shared 1,000,000 times, you will not see me ever again. Do you understand that? I don't give a fuck if people are listening to me or not. This video gets out and gets shared 1,000,000 times, and people learn it and understand it, for every word has been spoken in it, 1 and 2, and understand the contract, and understand the bar, and understand these courts, and understand you're legally dead. You're legally fucking dead. United Zombies of America, you're the walking dead. You are all walking dead. Everything, the TV is a brainwashing concept. You can look up government patents that teach you that TVs were built to brainwash you. We don't need computer chips. Those are built for brainwashing you. The technology's built to brainwash you. Our minds and our intuition is more powerful. If everyone was being themselves and moving in the ways they wanted to move and doing what they wanted to do, Earth would be of abundance and joy and love and all power and all seeing and all being, awareness and love. I need you to connect to these things, my friends. I need you to understand these numbers and the numerology that they use against you in these courts. I need you to understand it doesn't matter where you go. Islam, it's God, Allah, Allah, Quran. It's all man-made, my friends. You need to understand it's all numerology connected to the frequency patterns of the earth and the right angles and the plane. Do you understand? It's the boot, the four corners of the earth and the cross. You cut a pizza in four corners. Can you stick with me? Am I moving too fast? Quran means no order, rhythm, astrology, nature. Back to the stars. What about Allah? Arm, leg, arm, head. That's the star. That's the star. Arm, push your arm and legs out with the head. Again, it's a star. Oh, man. I'm waking people up with this video if you should share it. I was just going to tell you how to represent yourself in court. Now it's going into how everything connects, which it does. Because they use vibrations and patterns and symbols. And this is what this all is, my friends. The first man. And then you got the woman. Gotta understand these things. The four squares with the four sides with the stars. And how they symbolically, hold all this knowledge for themselves. And how spinal energy excretion, which is sex, which is the same type of energy you could use instead of having sex with everybody, you guys. You could meditate and not be with anyone for like 16 months, for example, like me, and literally have orgasmic feeling anytime you want. When you're doing whatever you want, because now you understand the divine femininity as a man. The Eve, the VEE, the EVE. If you understand this numerology, my friends, V and the 22 in the alphabet, what is the code of nature? Right? Man enters from the woman. So the woman's the gate. The man holds the seed, but the woman is the gate, you guys. So man is of God and woman is of man, but woman is the divine spiritual gateway, the portal to the intuition that man has. So again, if you can't connect with that, start aligning your chakra up and listening to 432 hertz codes, okay? Don't think about it. Educate, to draw out hidden power. The private person, educate means to draw out hidden power. So again, the word educate, you have to understand what they mean, even the word educate, intuition's already within. Even these babies are being brainwashed. The kids are smarter than adults. Go notice it. Okay? Education means they're withdrawing negative energy. They're, children, the chi energy. Okay? They're making everybody bots and putting them under spells and hypnosises. Okay? And I meditate this stuff. And it's not just because I naturally understand it, or I'm intuitive, or an empath, or a Scorpio, or intellectual, or scriptural, or biblical, or godly. It doesn't matter. It's all about understanding, just connecting through meditation and connecting through other people and seeing people for what they are and understanding. When I try to meet with other people, I feel like I'm, again, I'm only here because whoever gets to hear this video created me. So it's you that's listening to this video. I appreciate you, and I'm here because you're allowing me to be here. And that is my purpose. That is my